to the channel. This is a video. Many a times we need to look for a particular column across databases, across tables. So this is something very useful. If you're particularly working with extensive SQL Server, look at these are the two tables that we're going to utilize. For example, you already see the output. Okay, I'll just run it again to make things simpler. So this column at the top, it has all the column name. Right? It has a object ID assigned to it. That's how SQL Server operates. Any column name, in particular, you can look at this column. Maybe something I'm aware about already. But it's a huge list, and this keep in mind, the system level columns are also stored here. Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, rather than looking here, we can just do a search, quick search. A second is system tables. How many tables we have, and the object ID assigned to it. Yeah. So since I know that I have only two tables at the moment, it's a new setup. But there's the object ID assigned to, just like columns. So columns as the tables are assigned as the object ID. All the columns, and they are associated with the object ID. So what we'll do now, just in quick check, we'll do search by object ID and see if the tables how they exist in the columns level. Yeah, I'll just copy object ID. Yes, I've copied this number. That's the first one for the orders. That's a 5-word word. I just want to see what happens. Okay, now what happens? Yeah. So you see that how these two tables are organized, right? See, order ID and total value and branch name. Okay. Just to let you know the structure of this table, orders, so you understand. It has 3 columns, but they are stored by the same object ID of a table. So essentially, it's a one-to-many. So in this table, the tables table, number assigned, the same being replicated in this one. That makes our life easier. You know? We just scroll right to see there is any other information that's useful that can be utilized. So no. What essentially it means, we can join just on these two with object ID, and that will be good to go. Yeah. So if you guys know joins, it's fine. If not, also it's okay. So there are two tables now. We'll join on C. Join this table. Tables that will be called on. That's basically joining condition. I'm making a T on C dot object ID. Okay, so I missed on here. C dot object ID. Object ID equal to again object ID, that is from the T. Now we want to search the column, right? That was the original intention behind having this structure. Yeah? Getting into what we'll do now, we know for sure this upper table, that's column C dot name. Right? If you just put a line, say for example you're searching for branch, and that would be a realistic example. Okay, you want to see certain columns, you don't know where the columns exist, right? It can be required in special cases. Put a condition here, we are C9. Let's see what happens. Yeah, here you go, right? So you got it. So one more thing you can do is that we can display a table name here itself. That's a SQL function already. You do object name, right? You just put object, since you know essentially both the object ID are same, you can just put object ID, object ID. That way you can immediately get let's see if this work. You're doing select star is not required, maybe then it's only the name that's required for you, name and object name. name is saying which name we're talking about. Talking about the C name. Let's see what happens. Wonderful. So now you can give a table name. Elias is the table name. What you wanted. Name. So run it. So you know this column exists in this table name. The more than one table, it will show all of these here. Hope this helps in some way. Thank you.